Hey there guys, and welcome to part 3 of my tutorial for Starshelter. If you missed the other two parts, then you might want to check the link up above in the top right. Yep, up there. And yeah, if you really actually wanted to see gameplay, this is not the place for it. This is going to be a tutorial, as I'm going to be discussing by suggestion of one of my viewers, to discuss about the materials that you actually get in the game and where to get them. Okay, because these are obviously very important to be able to build anything really. I mean, we couldn't build these plant pots, couldn't build the corridor or anything else without these materials, so we're going to have a look at them today. But if you want to see actual gameplay, then hit that link up there in the top right. Yeah, don't want to point now, but never mind. Yeah, hit the link in the top right and that will take you to my season 2 gameplay. Okay, so on to the subject. These are the kinds of resources that will be used within the game. Now this is nano storage. I think we've discussed this before, and this will allow you to store up to 25, actually sometimes actually exceeding raw materials. So we've got all kinds of materials. It's very difficult to actually remember exactly off from mind what they are, but I'm going to give it a go. Okay, so this one's metal, this one's glass, this is biomass, this is power. These are metal sheets. Nope, that's solar panels. But that's battery, crystal, plasma, rubber, diodes, carbon, oil. I'll have to look at that one again. I've forgotten what that one is. That's metal sheets, that's turbines, and they're chips. Okay, so they're all vital things that you will need for crafting. Now, if we look here, there we go, they're actually labeled as well. So rubber, that symbol, diode, battery, metal sheet. Now, obviously, every object will take different quantities and different materials. So yeah, that one's the metal sheet. So let's have a look. Glass, one post. Right, appliances. Solar panel. Yeah, that's the solar cell. Okay. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at the... Thank you. We're going to take a look today at where we can actually source these materials, because you don't want to just go running around and just salvaging anything and everything in the hope that you'll get it. There is a bit of a reasoning to the madness. So what we're going to do, head outside and we're going to take a look at what we have outdoors. To get the basic materials like metal and some power, these are the kind of things that you'll want to look at. These panels over here. So yeah, stop there. Okay, now if you, in our case, I use my stick. I press the stick in on my rift and I get my salvaging finger out. If I point at it, that tells me I will get 3 metal from this panel. So I'll salvage that. That will give me 3 metal. If I go for these ones here, that actually have lights on, you actually get power as well. You get 2 power from them. So notice the difference between them. If you just want plain metal, then you just want the straight clear panels. If you want ones with power as well, then you want to go for these ones, because you get the same amount as metal, but you also get power as well. Now, notice here, I grabbed that, got some loose objects in space like this pan for instance. Now that will yield some metal and rubber, so can be quite helpful then for materials that you might be looking for. Right, well, I did see something else that I was going to show you. Oh yes, we've got a book here as well. That will yield biomass. Okay, so another thing, don't ignore them. They're a very quick and cheap efficient way of getting biomass, which is something that you'll use quite often in your crafting. Okay, so yeah, I think that's it for this part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to a satellite, because these are where you'll get more electronic type resources. Okay, so over at the satellite we can have a look at these panels here. So this one will yield 3 metal and 1 solar panel, which you'll find useful here. This one's different. This one will give you 1 diode, 1 electronic and 3 metal. And again, this one will yield you 1 rubber, 1 power, 1 glass fragment and 2 metal. Okay, so it's a good idea to take note of these things. So if you want to search for particular materials, just take note of where you're going to find them. Now, we've got another loose object up here. Just barely see it. There you go. It's a little glass jar, and obviously you'll get 1 glass from that. Again, very quick and cheap to actually salvage for materials. I'm going to grab that. Right, and there is where, let's see. Right, on to the next item. Okay, so we're actually approaching a satellite dish that's actually just floating around in space. These, again, yield quite valuable resources. If we look at it here, it's got 1 rubber, 2 carbon, and 1, what is that? Is that capacitor? I can't remember exactly. They can be quite valuable to get. You can see that there's a couple more dishes floating around there. Okay. Now, you'll also be able to get resources from within abandoned ships that you'll see floating around in space. I'll have a look at that in a moment, actually, because I need to go back to base and get some oxygen. So I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so I've gone aboard the abandoned ship. Now, these can actually be quite a good place to gather resources as well. So if I come here, got a couple of floating containers here, so we can actually salvage that. That will give us 1 metal, 1 crystal and 2 rubber. So good materials there that you'll find particularly useful. That's just got a locker code in it, not too bothered about that. We've got this here. This has got 1 diode, 1 carbon, 1 power and 1 biomass. So again, quite useful. These cans, don't ignore them. You can't drink them, but you can harvest them for biomass. Cup will give you 1 carbon. Again, a glass there, 1 glass. And the book, that will give you 1 biomass. Okay, so if we venture out. Okay, so in this room, we've actually got some, again, useful materials. Now, we've already seen these. We've already seen that you can salvage diode, carbon, power, and biomass from that. Chair out the way. Okay, we've got plants as well, which can be salvaged for biomass. Like so. And over here, it's barely visible. Got a glass jug, which this one you'll get 2 glass from, because it's quite a bit bigger than the glass sizes that you normally come across. Get out of my way. We got here alcohol, biomass, and that'll give you 2 biomass and 2 glass. My inventory is full. Now, when you're searching these ships, sorry. Search these ships, you come in here, you'll actually see more storage here. So again, 2 glass for this little ball thing here. Tin there, 1 biomass. Here, got some more glass. Yeah, more glass there, more glass there. We're looking this one. Got a plate, that'll give us 2 carbon, and this roll, that'll give us 2 glass. So a lot of it is actually, it's quite logical what you'd probably expect from these materials, really. So it's quite a simple case of if you're looking to get electronic type stuff, then really, obviously, you want to look for anything that's electronic. So your satellite dishes would be ideal for them. And if you're just wanting like plain metal, then go for those floating parts of wreckages. Yeah, look for the smaller items as well, where you'll be able to yield more specific resources. They might be in small quantities, but they will be more specific to what you're looking for. Right, so we can see these here. Now that will give you 1 diode, 2 oil, and 2 metal. Yes, I know I can't salvage that. You could actually, as well, you can actually salvage these and get 1 glass from them. But I generally don't waste my time with that. I'm going to head up and repair my ship. But yeah, there's panels along them sides. We've got empty cans. There's all kinds of things floating around. So really, I don't think I really need to go into much more detail about it. You get the general idea of what gives you what and where to find it. And now that's sorted, we've discussed where we can get these kind of materials from. And I think something you'll definitely want to look into as you're playing. Definitely get these nano storage. Like I said, each one will contain around 25. At the moment, it's a bit bugged. You can actually go a little bit over. But 25 per is what you'll get in. So these are definitely something you'll need to store your raw materials in. Okay, so I think that covers it. If you have any further questions, then throw a comment down below. If you found this tutorial helpful, or you just simply enjoyed the video, then smash that like button, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye!